looking damn fine. On this patch, it is 4-1 in favor of Moon. Historically, it's also in favor of Moon. So Colorful, stat-wise, might be the underdog, but we all know what a beast he is in this very matchup. He just has to show it here. And let's see if he can. Game 1, Autumn Leaves.
Will be super interesting, and we start with 2 Engines of War at the Goblin Shop, which is the standard opener for Night Elf in this matchup. So this should indicate a Demon Hunter. You usually don't do this with a Potom, but still, even with a Demon Hunter, it could be anything. Expo Talents, Expo Triads, all in. So let's see.
Yeah, Moon, of course, his favorite unit is the Dryad. With expansion, you can definitely play that. And Colorful is... You can calculate, I guess, what he's doing, because, of course, we know that he's going bears. But is there any adaptation in his game when it comes to early and mid game?
I feel like he adapts relatively well if something is really off meta. So let's say if it's Autumn Expo with Mass Hunts or something, then yes. But I guess as long as he can get away with pure bears and standard and just solid micro, I think that's what he's gonna do, and it'll be really interesting to see at what point Moon tries to make Colorful uncomfortable and force him to adapt.
Right, just to make sure, we got Moon in the bottom left-hand side in yellow, we got Colorful in the upper right in blue. Colorful, of course, played a Night of Mirror before, lost the first 2 maps, then won 3 in a row against Elegant. Also against non-standard strategies, so he had only 1 matchup to prepare if he was gambling on the Moon win. So maybe it's in his favor a little bit.
Yeah, good point. That can really help in a tournament if you can make these guesses, I guess, to practice a little bit more directed, I guess. Yeah, we got a by the circlet, and what item do we get? The wing for Moon and wing for Colorful as well. So tanky Demon Hunters. Battle it out.
Okay, let's go for the battle. Of course, Moon should be the fan favorite here. I want to even out the scales maybe a tiny little bit, because so far, every time Colorful played the W3Champions finals, he donated his entire prize money, whether he was eliminated in the first round or in the semi-final, to the W3Champions project, actually, to help pay for some servers. And that's very, very nice of him.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really, really cool move, and I mean,
you did the same with your Meisterschaft prize money, right?
No, I didn't.
Man, that was your chance. Nobody would have noticed.
Maybe, I don't know. But no, it's just a really, really nice move by Colorful, and I think he does a lot for the community, and he also casts a lot of other games. He streams a lot. It's pretty cool to see. He's quite involved.
Yeah, same goes for Moon. Whenever there's a big crowdfunding, Moon's name is definitely there. Thinking back to the Help Ukraine match against Foggy. So yeah, we're dealing with some very nice people over here.
Let's see if we spot the Huntress Hall from Moon. There is a wisp that wisp for Moon on the bottom right already looks like an expansion. I don't know. It's.
Is that the call? Are you mind controlling Moon? Not yet.
I feel like I don't play a lot of games. I mean, I play some, of course, but I watch so many replays and his YouTube or games that uploaded of him, and.
And of course, you have a natural
also,
connection.
Guessing on an expo of Moon is not the riskiest bet. I took worse bets in your chat with the channel points, man. Lost 750k on one day once.
Ouch! Who do you bet on?
I bet against Happy 3 times.
Oh, yeah, that's smart. I mean, you have to take some risks in life sometimes.
Yeah. But recently, when Sock won the first map with MK against him, I bet on Sock 250k.
Boom!
I made 600 again.
Millionaire, so. Basically. Oh. All the great things.
Yeah, we have a nice fight.
We do, and we got the first blood for Moon so far. Oh my god.
Sweet positioning, getting another kill, and Fool didn't have a Wisp at the Goblin Lab. It's coming only now, but the archers are making their way out already. He might get one.
Some insane archer blocks there by Moon, getting a lot of damage done. Is down in supply though, but as you suggested, Expo's up, or coming up.
And I think that's always a cute little move, because I think the idea is a bit, well, it's partly to buy time for the Expo, but it's also that someone who lacks Moon Juice doesn't really want to be that aggressive, because if it fails, we have nothing back home, and so Colorful isn't really incentivized now to be aggressive.
Yeah, he has a staff, he can put some damage onto it, he knows what he's dealing with. He probably knows that Moon is not going tier 3 anytime soon, as you said. So he can unfold his regular play, creeping a little bit. Oh, goes for the Naga in the middle. Man, it's been some time since I saw double Naga.
He had a keeper in production, if I'm not mistaken, and he cancelled it basically last second. There was a keeper coming, but yeah. Oh, that's interesting, but Moon again has the Wisp at the Merc camp. He loves the Mercs on Autumn Leaves, and they're like the perfect addition to Masked Riots, Talents, anything with an Expo really, because it's just a way to spend money really fast.
And of course we like to spend our money trying to chop down the Ancient. Tier 3 is on the way. One lore is of course uncancelable. The second one, actually kind of close.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, super close then.
Ooh, Wisp need to repair!
Wow.
Oh my god, that's safe.
That was super close and so important for Moon, and now the Expo is in position. He has more Triads coming and will safely get the Expo up.
Alright then. Needs to creep it still, needs to entangle it still. But yeah, that was definitely a play that I didn't expect from Colorful, being this aggressive into the Moon base. And he's getting, not the lore, but quite some Wisps.
And the lumber is really a factor here, because Masked Triads, they cost so much lumber. It's 60 per Triads, they are like really lumber heavy, and every Wisp that dies is actually huge, because you need enough Triads when the push hits for Colorful. He isn't even building more Wisps right now, because he probably wants the right clicks off his main.
Oh, that's annoying. Colorful, really, really good play to get an advantage in this game. Is also creeping at the same time with an Ancient, and of course the Colorful Night Elf Mirror item DLC. Vamp Aura for him while playing with bears. Sweet dreams.
And that's obviously what he wanted, and Moon goes for another camp. Can obviously creep really nicely now with Nature's Blessing on the Ancient of War and then bring it back to the Expo. Curious to see if he invests into Mercs. Sometimes it's better to just make units as long as you can and then buy the Mercs to jump to like 60, 70 pop quickly from 50. Because the Mercs come right away, but doesn't look like Colorful can contest anything here.
Not with all the map control or all the crowd control. Absolutely agree. Got the big item. Consumables for the fight looking good for Moon. But he still has to work on his army. You can't fight this with below 50. Need the mass of Dryads, but Expo up and running.
And Colorful, well, he did save some archers, has 2 Dryads, so you always need like a backline against Masked Dryads, but it doesn't look like Moon has a weak spot here. He even gets ready for 70 with 2 more Moon Worlds.
Needs to bank a little bit, and then he should be fine. Mana Stone, not the greatest item, but a Fork Lightning can't really hurt. Steals the next consumable away. Nice movement on the map by Moon.
And it's a big healing. That's the perfect item here for Moon, because it's exactly what you don't have. A lot of healing for the Demon Hunter. And yeah, because you have no tier 3, no bears, and Moon Juice is limited. So yeah, that's a huge deal.
And on the other side, the Reju, of course, getting dispelled as quick as possible. So that's a lot of bear mana gone. Can't even morph into a master bear, even though the upgrade is finished. Moon is getting a shop, gets staffs, and just a lot of dryads.
The next push could still be hard for Moon, but this red spot between the two will just buy so much time, actually.
Ooh, tricky situation. This granite golem is no joke.
I'd be surprised if Moon lets him creep this and he doesn't. And what Moon really wants to do is get rid of the backline of Colorful, I feel like. Because bears will get stuffed out, but you can't just stuff out all the little units.
Big
There's no
items
TP,
here.
so.
Yeah, true. Can't be too aggressive. 2 heal scrolls and 2 potions in general. Is he taking that fight against the 4 bears? Alright, 1 staffed out. Demon Hunter under fire, but potion triggered immediately. There's a backup potion, of course, to bring him back to full health. Moon not microing too much with the dryads, just face tanking these bears.
Yeah. He got 1 kill on the bear and he snipes the dryads nicely, and reinforcements are coming, but yeah.
Bears, of course, very, very expensive. Moon has the second base. To Naga! Heal scroll in 7. Dryad needs to slow this Demon Hunter down. Does so. Naga, it's not. Is she safe? Heal scroll in 2. Oh my god! Gets the kill off. Sick save, or sick kill by Colorful, and the supply is dead even.
And like what Moon is doing here is risky. Like, is he blocked? No, he gets out, but I guess it buys time, but damn.
Colorful's
Another
engine
bear,
of... Oh yeah, being slowed there. Sorry, go ahead.
another bear that's probably gonna get stuffed up, but all of this is, at the end of the day, also buying time for Moon, and he can replace units more easily, but I like the Ancient of War. Like, this is a Sonic Ancient of War right there.
Well, he didn't build it there, right? He moved it over from the lab, so that guy has seen some places. Moon's still in trouble. Will he be forced into the potion, or can he save it for the next fight? Lots of dryads hurt. Lack of reju, of course, if you go mass dryads. And I gotta say, Moon's dryad control not as good as it used to be.
That is true. Leon made him tired.
I guess so. Someone from the Chinese community came into our chat prior to the game. He was probably watching the Colorful stream and said, well, Colorful just said on his stream that he wants to drag out the games for as long as possible, make Moon tired, and then knock him out.
Wow. Yes, it's you have really these meta games in tournaments, but
And now we got
building
Colorful.
a billion triads.
Yeah, but Colorful got what he wanted, a handful of bears, and that's his comfort zone. Focus fire on the Naga. There's a town portal, trying to force that. Staff should actually be enough. Town portal now.
Yeah, the thing is, Colorful was below 50. He did it really smartly. He below 50 for the longest time, so he didn't go for every fight. He went for like long fights, and then Moon only gets like 4 gold more, 14, because he's an upload upkeep compared to the 10 of Colorful. It's not the biggest difference. If you trade efficiently, it's kinda okay, I guess, because if you manage to get to like 70 supply with bears on one base, just A-click the must triads, I feel like.
You do, yeah? Against the Moon?
I don't know, but then you have like this big wall of bears, and bears are everywhere with some backline. I just mean like bigger fights are usually then in favor of the bear player again.
I feel like with a perfect Dryad micro, a bear should never be able to attack a Dryad.
Not one hit.
No.
Does that count for undead armies as well, because they are 10% faster?
That is definitely correct, especially if they are in the range of a real chat tower, which is obviously the Narub, and everybody knows that.
Oh, one of these. Oh, we get another fight.
Oh my god, the Naga! Town portal immediately just melting. What the hell? Where's that HP bar gone?
It was a lot of damage. Really smart to get Nature's Blessing so fast because it's one big play the bear player can do. Snipe 1-3 and I'll go for Zeppelin lame and... Ooh.
Moon going for a 1-1-1 build on the Naga, by the way, with Mana Shield. Rare to see.
Interesting. Like Mana Shield, I mean, I like to play it from time to time, but maybe in smaller fights. Right now, I don't see a reason for the Naga to ever be in danger. So many trials, but Moon's Moon.
Exactly.
Hard to say sometimes if it was a misclick or genius, I don't know.
Yeah, creativity and insanity are pretty close together. 80 food now, and upgrades are coming in as well.
And the thing is, like, either you try to make a play now and you push, get some kills with a Zeppelin, or feel like you basically have to go for tier 3 yourself, because if we get to 80-80, obviously the bears should be superior to pure trials. So this is interesting.
More tech upgrades coming for Colorful, 2 and 1 on that side. No consumables for him at all against the poison damage. Moon, I have no idea. How many Dryads is that, dude? That's so many. 80 food, just completely maxed out. And now he's going for tier 3.
Like a really late bear transition is something you can do, and yeah, he plays it safe.
That will enable him, of course, to go for orbs, for upgraded moon wells. Everything helps.
Nice distraction. He fights the Demon Hunter, goes into the main base while Colorful is gripping his main his expansion in the top left, and he has a Zapper, and this Zapper will connect beautifully.
Ooh, nice. All right, here we go. 2 Moonwells down, the third one also. Oh, this is gnarly now for Colorful. 68 food, but can't produce any more for such a long time.
Also, like, not right before night time, but yeah, it definitely hurts because he is out on some moon juice as well, and
a player's forces are under attack.
This probably bought the time for Moon's tier 3.
Yeah,
he's already getting the adept upgrade, yeah.
And then we finally get the bear mirror that we all wanted. Quite a statement to go into a bear mirror when the opponent has a vamp aura.
Yeah, shows what route you have to take if you want to win a bear mirror against Colorful. Already pop ahead and try it, then go for some weird tech timing and zappers, and then do it.
What's Colorful's play? He's losing a lot of gold in upkeep. He's in 1 base. He can't produce almost... No, he could max out on upgrades, but okay. Next fight, both heroes around level 4, no level 5 inside. And now Moon is able to fight at home with a small supply lead. His Demon Hunter was under fire, but there's an Invo Potion to save him. Staff should also be ready, and it is, plus the heal scroll. This is looking... Oh, fine for Moon, I was about to say. 2 Dryads forward on the other side, also bears. Another heal scroll. And
there's not so much moon juice left for Moon, actually, and like, I'm surprised he's barely moving his army. He's just fighting straight up, kiting or anything.
Now starting the kiting game with an orb. Naga might need that mana shield now.
I lead for Colorful, actually. It's super crazy, but he might intercept all the bears. And this is painful. 1 bear, 2. He gets another bear as well.
Wow. Okay, so much for the supply lead. Pretty much even now. Moon's still working on his own bears, trying to slither away with the Nagas. The Dryads are separate to the right-hand side. Man, if not for these 2 bear kills, I would have given the game to Colorful almost, but Moon's still gotta be careful, because interception on the right-hand side.
Luckily, there's just 1 Triad that might be able to connect, but this Triad can probably slow 2 Triads. So. Yeah. Now he has nighttime. Moon juice. replenishing. But the main bases are almost done, and Moon is not mining in the main base. He's just chilling with his wisps. I don't know.
He is saving gold for when he's down in no upkeep.
Tomorrow, everyone will stop mining in his main base at 600. It's because Moon did it.
Well, when Moon had this little phase when his shape wasn't the best, where he only had 2 wisps in the gold mine for a long time, and surprisingly, a lot of Night Elf players did copy that.
Yeah, it happens.
It does. So, next fight. Once again, Dryads face tanking. One bear out of the fight. Now we move away. We have no heal scroll this time. Oh, the Fort Lightning is good. The Zeppelin micro is ready. But what's left on the ground for Moon? Not much.
Yeah, not too much, but he still has better gold income, so that helps. But Colorful has 2 stuffs now, and we were talking about earlier, they pay off really nicely.
Pretty insane, man.
More bears in the main base, and the third one is coming, but that's it for Colorful. So he is on a timer, but managed to get Nature's Blessing, so yeah, he can probably secure his own natural.
Right on. First game of the best of 5 going 22 minutes plus here on Autumn Leaves. And that's not even the biggest map we got, but Moon is doing the same move. Already has a 4.5k gold lead. Colorful is able to hang. That natural, of course, lasts a long time for Moon in the bottom right. And I don't really see Colorful build a Tree of Life ever in this game.
Yeah, it's true, and now Moon also has the option to go for some sort of base race, I guess, or at least some drops with the Zeppelin. And even on bears already, it should be close, right? I mean, this is 7 bears for Colorful and 6 for Moon, I guess, so super close.
Whew. Calm before the storm.
Oh, it's even now.
Yeah, now it's even indeed. Unholy Aura for Moon, Vamp Aura for Colorful, both really, really good. 2-2 upgrades against 2-1. No Keeper in the mix, but a higher level Demon Hunter and a higher level Naga for Colorful.
And Moon goes for some Zeppelin shenanigans. Guess he has a TP on... No, he doesn't have... Ah, he has a TP on the Naga, so... Beautiful, because it buys quite a lot of time for the... him. Man.
If there's a matchup where Zeppelins crash more often than in other matchups, it's definitely Colorful versus Moon. Both like to throw away their fully loaded zaps, but not yet.
Light armor against archers with war or thrust arrow is just injurious.
Absolutely is. And now here comes Colorful with a little bit of a push, but Moon is just ready.
And now Moon has the big supply lead. He's ahead in upgrades, has another squad on the Naga, and I think position is decent for both, but Black Moon just has more units here.
I guess so. It's still Colorful in a mirror match, but that looks rough for him. 1 bear down, 2 bears down, a 3rd bear about to fall. Redo on the Demon Hunter, not being dispelled for a long time. And Moon is smashing that fight. Colorful down the dumpster. GG. And again, losing the opening to the series.
Whew, nice game.
Mr. Moon, what went wrong for Colorful?
Oh, well, first of all, what a series. I'm deeply impressed. The Must Dryads play, the late upgrades, the tier 3 transition, the split from Colorful, actually, who I think played this just extremely good. But still, economy, in the end of the day, in the hands of very experienced players such as Moon, it always wins. And I also wanted to point out the archers. The 3 archers that survived throughout almost the entire game, that I think deal like same amount of damage as, you know, the Colorful's hero. Just 1 probably, but around the number. And yeah, I mean, that's a Night Elf mirror, you know. It could be like this.
Looking pretty damn great indeed. When there's tech switches, when there's different units, Night Elf Mirror can be absolutely beautiful. And if you don't believe us, then I don't know, get your head checked or something. 1-0 for Moon, and if that continues, well, it could be a repeat of the round of 16 for Colorful, but has to get his stuff together. RazerMoon is so excited he has to leave, which is totally fine, taking little breaks here. We are getting ready for map number 2. Twisted Meadows, though. Would you expect more of the same, Kevin, or some style switches by Moon?
Are we forced to the Mercamp positions now? I don't know. Or can
Nope.
it be the other position?
Could be the other
Okay,
positions as well.
And then I hope for some Bottom Expo play. That would be amazing. If we don't have the Mercs for the Demon Hunter players, but we'll see.
We'll see indeed once Colorful is ready. I guess he has to explain to the rough Chinese audience why exactly he lost this game, but he said it. He wants to tire out Moon, make him sleepy, and then win the game from there. It is Twisted. It's game number 2, and Moon with a little bit of a lead.
All right.
Enjoy, guys.
Thank you, Kevin. Have a nice break. So, Twisted Meadows and Night of Mirror versus Moon. What are the odds for Colorful, Reza?
I think it's gonna be either bottom play or Must Dryads again. I don't think he's gonna really like try to drag, Colorful into the Bear Mirror territory because I think Moon will expand halfway tier 2. I do think Keeper is probably a little bit better on this specific map on into the Must Bear play because of the aura. Like your Dryads, they definitely are not the best tanks and units in the game, but they can actually reflect the damage pretty well. Very standard opening so far from both players, and that indicates double Demon Hunter so far.
Okay, standard play. No wish for Kevin fulfilled, no Potom just yet. It's, as we keep on repeating now, obviously down to Moon to switch up the styles with mass, with AP pushes, with glaives, with zeppelins. But so far, his style with expansion and Dryad seem to be working out fine. But with these starting positions, it's obviously a little bit down to the items, and this is where Colorful shines.
Absolutely. Moreover, there are like few fancy plays you could go on Twisted. You could, you could try to make a tier 1 expo. You could have tier 2 expo. You could like be canceling your lures, AP pushes. This map literally like opens any macro possibilities for both players. They both start pulling the camps. I wanted to, by the way, to say that Moon really did it super well against Leon. Forgot to say that on that game because his Wisp somehow got about 15 damage done. Now those like half damaged Wisps are coming, and would players be trying to steal the Priest from each other camps?
I think only Moon is in range, but Colorful is checking that with an Archer. Takes her off the creep camp, takes a little bit more time, I guess. So far, they're holding back.
The Moonwell for Moon is going to be 1 nanosecond ahead of Colorful, and if Colorful fails to kill the Wisp, but he actually secures it with Archer, and that's the dead Wisp, but saving from Moon. Beautiful
Nicely
play.
done, but can't go for the Shadow Priest anymore. That would be too risky, of course. Wind of Mana stealing for Colorful. Moon with an Invo Potion. Pretty even. I'd say nobody with the jackpot that is the health potion. And now we got immolation on both sides, so more creeping, I guess.
Yeah, more creeping and colorful items makes him want to go maybe early aggression, because if you catch the Demon Hunter off guard, if you're able to mana burn him, then steal his mana and mana burn him once again, sometimes it opens the room for basically taking the moon juice out for the moon, and then you're able like to push. Sometimes maybe take Naga second, but no one colorful, of course, it's gonna be Keeper. He's gonna play very reliably standard. He's just gonna creep to level 3, as well as Moon.
Yeah, everything else would be a great surprise to me as well. He was flirting with the Keeper already on map 1, then switched it last second because he identified Moon's different tech tree. But here on this macro map, a Keeper should be the standard choice. If Moon doesn't make things weird, and so far there's no indicator to that.
I agree. Moon sells his TP. That's an interesting move. So buying boots on any big maps and like buying blue staff, of course, is a standard play. But selling your TP here, I guess I just gotta trust Moon on that one.
Yeah, everyone should. Not the worst idea to trust in one of the most successful and most genius player that this game has ever seen.
Are under attack.
Was wanting... Oh, that was colorful, running into the lab a little bit. So it's getting late over there in Asia. Maybe a little flaw here and there in the gameplay. But good advantages, or good improvements, I guess, nonetheless. With colorful getting slippers. Sweet.
Yeah, so Colorful is level 3 while Moon is only level 2. But Moon expands on the right-hand side, and that expansion indicates the Dryad play. Hunter's Call goes up right after the Expo, and Moon is trying to run around to get some lumber kills.
Kevin, you might want to
From-
leave. That was the second
Player's forces are
lag.
under attack.
But should be fine.
Yeah, hope so. Maybe it's just the internet.
It's probably the internet when you lag.
Sometimes it could be computer.
Correct.
Like
Okay, yeah, you're right.
You alt tap and stuff, right? So for a second.
Who would tap out of this game? That would be a sin to not pay full attention. But yeah, I'm absolutely with you. Great
Yeah,
inventory
sure,
for Colorful.
Colorful has really nice items. He's trying to find the Expo. He has 3 wisps on the right side of the map, but none of which actually spotted the expansion so far. And he's checking with his Demon Hunter running around. Moon confidently takes level 3. The first lore goes up for Colorful. Night Vision started.
And Keeper it is. He checks the base now, sees, okay, you are tier 2, no lores yet, nothing I can cancel. And he should check this position for the tree. Wisps are moving constantly. There's 3 wisps actually on the right hand side. Potential danger for Moon coming.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, now he sees Naga. He's off cooldown. Moon is also teleporting right to the Colorful's base. If Keeper is coming out, that's still not gonna be Naga kill because there is a priest with full mana. But is Moon able to maybe trade the potion? No, he saves it for later, just running away. And Colorful, more units. Priest falls for Colorful, but it's not important priest because the most important priest is the Moon's priest because it's facing the Keeper.
Exactly, entangles are coming, and the juicy target is of course the Berserker. Oh, goes for the Shadow Priest first, then runs to the front to maybe get a shot. Moon moving back a little bit. Colorful, can you get the entangle up? Not really, so the Berserker should be safe, but not the worst fight for Colorful in the middle.
Yeah, he actually could have mana burned the Demon Hunter, but DH was a little bit out of position, so he missed the mana burn, and that allowed Moon to give Keeper his last mana burn, and now basically Colorful is able to kill Naga. He has boots, and he mana burns it, and Naga dead. Okay. Colorful is taking somewhat of the lead, losing level 1 hero sometimes better than actually spending all their Moon Juice trying to heal it up after getting burned. But Colorful actually is in a very decent spot here, making upgrades. Moon's expansion starts, well, I guess that's creeping. That's how.
Yeah, it's very slow and dangerous creeping, I agree. The Berserker is safe, of course. The rest of the army was supposed to help, but it was busy defending the main. Demon Hunter was busy harassing in Colorful's main. So this will take some time and some repair as well.
Yeah, Moon is bringing Wisp, all the Dryad. What I noticed is he likes to go for those late upgrades for Dryads. Like, I'm questioning myself. By the way, expansion is about to die. 200 HP. 170. Moon. Looks like he got it.
He's just a showman, making us all sweat while he's in full control.
Expansion is now finally up, but so are almost tier 3 for Colorful. 2 bears in production. Now it's going to be the upgrade, and sometimes the bear Night Elf player on those maps could actually hit the timing, get the orb, and come early. And if Moon is unprepared, doesn't have his shop yet, as if right now. Sometimes you just die from that very first initial push with bears.
Yeah, they're very powerful, especially against buildings. With the Demon Hunter like that, you can tank a lot. And Colorful plays his Demon Hunter a little bit like a Blade Master would against Night Elf. Just puts it on the Entangle, trying to cancel it, and there's no mining. This won't cost a lot of resources, of course, as for some reason Entangled Gold Mines are free, but lots of time for Moon.
Absolutely. And now Moon gets not what he desired, but what he might need only the late game. He's getting the Vampiric Aura from the creep, and he doesn't sell it for a scroll. Goldmine cancelled one more time, HP traded, but the bear player is able to reju. He's able to heal. Once you're playing Dryads, you need to be very efficient about your Moonwell juice. You need to have that shop early on. There are like a lot of what you could and cannot do. You need to creep as your AOW, while Colorful, of course, the bear player is able to creep more aggressively, spend more hit points while creeping, and the Colorful is just showing the advantage of the bears, so creeping, taking the red.
My god, if Moon is able to transition into bears again, he has Devotion Aura and Vamp Aura. That should be great. At the moment, not the best use, but maybe we get there down the road. We've been there on Autumn Leaves. It's red spot time for Colorful, as you said. Pendant of Mana, that's a lot of Entangle.
Yeah, I think he's gonna sell the item for the scroll, because Keeper is not that mana-dependent hero. Moon is taken and he's getting the Orb of Darkness. That's quite an interesting sphere because, as you know, all this, the orb effects, they are considered to be physical. In other words, they go through the magic immune units. And Orb of Darkness could actually spawn skeletons from the Dryads.
Oh yeah, true, good point. But if there's some Dryads left, they can just be dispelled and grant more experience. So I would say both red spot items get sold. But do they even have the time to go for a shop is the question, as Colorful is loading everything up into a zap, and that's a pretty dangerous push towards the expo.
Oh yeah, and Moon doesn't have his shop, so he doesn't have the white staff yet. He doesn't have any HP potions. Moonwell's looking alright for him. This game, of course, he's going for 1-1 upgrades rather early, and Colorful counter-expands on the left-hand side of the map.
He's buying so much time. There were 2 Dryads by Moon scouting on the right-hand side, but they just barely missed the Zeppelin. He probably sees that one Zeppelin is out of stock and he's expecting a drop, but the drop is not happening at the expo, but rather at the main.
And Moon is forced to TP out, and Colorful, what a madman. He just loads and now he's going to the expo, and Moon does not have the TP. Moreover, there is Colorful's AOW actually at the Moon's main base, and now it's kind of dragging his attention out. That's a dead expo.
Wow, what a play by Colorful. So smart. Just a fake push towards the main results into a big push towards the expo. And Moon, he had the resources for Town Portal, but as you pointed out minutes before, no shop, no TP, and that bites him.
Yeah, because if you get the shop and you get your own Zeppelin that Moon has, sometimes you're able to load your units in it, and then you just staff the Zeppelin, and that's like your second hero, at least 7 Dryads, and sometimes that's just enough to actually defend any of those pushes. And now Colorful is in a complete driver's seat of the game, but... Okay, the Zeppelin is actually down, and Colorful is forced to TP out. With not any big losses, but he's at 900 gold.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage done, a lot of time bought. His expo is coming up. Moon is at 1,000 gold though, so he can't decide what to do with that. He can't really build an army. Pushing with 60 food seems a little ill-advised as well, so maybe just re-expand? There were some plans at the mercenary camp, I didn't quite catch it.
I think Moon's best play, since he has Nature's Blessing, it's risky, and he's not gonna win the base race, like trade with Colorful, because he's playing the bear. So maybe the best play he could do is to take Wisp and build some APs by the Colorful's base and try to force a fight, because APs are definitely able to help and like win the fights supported by Dryads. And if you're just coming with a lot of Dryads, unless you get the Colorful out of position, and that's exactly what might be just happening right now.
Man, you have Good calls here on this game, but Colorful also. With the town portal, everything is in time. Berserker falls, Dryad falls. This time, Moon, of course, doesn't have unlimited resources, basically. Still working on the re-established second base. But he's getting quite something done. And that was even without the Naga.
Oh yeah, definitely. Naga went to the shop, but he basically, she brought a scroll, but it's already been used. And now let's see if Moon Zeppelin Micro is able to save him here. He's focusing the Keeper. Keeper, low HP, going back to the safe zone. Naga level 4. Could he fork lightning him? Keeper's getting away.
Okay.
A lot of Dryads saved by the Zeppelin, but Naga is low HP and Moon has to TP out. Demon Hunter 46 HP and 10 HP safe. Wow.
Boy, that was close. Lots of Moon juice now necessary. Tree should be up, and there is vision on Colorful's expansion on the left-hand side, so Moon knows he has to do something, otherwise one base game. That was stressful for Moon. Good micro with the Zeppelin and the Dryads, saving both heroes, but did he do necessary damage?
I think a few ways for Moon to come back into the game is to get Naga level 5. That's number 1. Number 2 right now, I think, is Demon Hunter. Or maybe the Wisp. If the Goblin Slab was crapped, or he has any access to any of those, he needs a Supper into blowing up 2 of the Colorful's Moonwells to try to like trade the resources a little bit and to make him spend resources towards rebuilding and getting unsupply stacked, potentially, rather than actually spending the resources towards like straight army, bears and dryads here.
Yeah, Moon is no stranger to that play. We've seen it on Autumn Leaves. And now we do get the two ways. Moon is still on tier 2, of course, tier 3 far away. But no indicator of going into bears just yet. Weird phase of the game where I guess nobody has a big advantage and nobody can be too sure that his next move is the right one.
Colorful sets up the third base on the red upper right red camp, which is like the base he doesn't really need. He just wants Moon to drag his attention out, maybe to use that base in order to kill Moon's expansion as well. Dryads are just 1-1 in terms of their upgrade. 66 supply for Moon versus 60 supply for Colorful, and Colorful is just trying to buy time. Two base. Most Dryads cannot win straight bears if you get a lot of them, especially not having Keeper as your second hero.
Oh, Moon with a double sapper, but they're very, very hurt. The camp wasn't crept yet, probably intentionally, so the sapper play isn't possible, but Moon always finds a way around that. And there is sapper number 1, but it's not enough! It's just not enough!
And Moon realizes it and stops the second supper, and there is a fight going on the Moon's expansion. Demon Hunters fighting in the center, both staffing, and actually looks like Colorful lost the fight. He loses... he lost the bear here.
Yeah, the concave was pretty much perfect for all the Dryads, big damage uptime.
Yeah, I think the positioning and overall, like, the white space kind of benefited Moon, and he was able to out-micro on that part, but Colorful's Demon Hunter is just killing the supper saved experience, I mean, not given. And Colorful's Demon Hunter is actually killing the Moonwell on the Moon space.
Oh man, what a wild game. Exactly how we love our Twisted. And here we go, Dryad focus on Dryad. That is so much damage. Needs to dispel the reju, does so. And Demon Hunter for Colorful. A little bit in trouble. I hope he has a staff ready. He does not. Fork Lightning trying to connect, but good retreat. And now all of a sudden, Moon's Demon Hunter is in trouble. Gets 1 kill, gets a little bit of healing. And the town portal out. GG though. Moon with 0-2 today on Twisted Meadows.
And that's a match point. Really well played by Colorful. That's all I gotta say, because Naga second is obviously just better into Must Dryad play. Maybe Keeper third was lacking for Moon, I think, because or Keeper second, I mean, because that would have allowed him to win the bear fights. But then the Expo loss, Zeppelin play, like, well played by Colorful.
It's not match points. We're down to a best of 3. Moon won the first one.
Oh,
And-
I'm sorry.
No
It's
worries.
hard. It's hard.
It is a long day. It is a lot of talking. You are allowed to do some mistakes. But Kevin, your thoughts on the match?
Really interesting, and I think Colorful played it perfectly with the Zeppelin. He abused the fact that the Expo was so close to the main base, and he just traveled the distance there, forced the TP, distracted with the Engine of War, if intended or not. It bought some time and got the kill, and then you're one base against one base, tier 2 against tier 3, and really well done by him. And then the counter Expo as well, knew that he was ahead, and well done.
Excellent game by Colorful, 100%. So now we decide who really claims match points. Is it Moon on Concealed Hill or is it Colorful? This could be the map to play Potom Hunts.
This is indeed a Potom Hunts map, I think. The best one, and Moon is very good with the Potom Hunts play. All kinds of abuses, expansions, Potom Dryads, Potom Hippo Riders, Potom Hunts and Catapults, Tier 1, Tier 2, Alchemist 2nd. Basically, this is one of the, if there is a Michelin restaurant of the Night Elf strategies, that's going to be Concealed Hill.
It should be, and I kinda, given how diverse Moon strategies were over the course of all the series today, I kinda expect the Potom now. Should be, and he abuses Potom so well here with the Hunt Owl, with the Fountain, everything.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. I also think that Colorful maybe has one of the very best in the world defense possibilities in terms of playing against Potom, and that's indeed Potom for Mr. John Jai Hu. Let's see how Colorful is able to defend, and let's see what kind of Potom Moon is going to play.
Like Moon does everything on this map. Like, it can be just a simple all-in, it can be Mass Dryad. Sometimes he even goes for like Mass Creeping style and just goes for Potom 5 and creeps both fountains with some archers and everything, and opponent just doesn't get on the foot on the map. So really curious here.
A player's forces are under
Maybe
attack.
it's getting late for him and he will just bust out some all-in and hopefully an inspired one.
Oh yeah, but as I mentioned before, Colorful, I think, is one of the very best Night Elves in the world to hold those all-ins. He usually does everything nearly perfect. He's not spending the mana on his Demon Hunter where it's not need to be spent. He's always scouting all kinds of AP positioning, making good plays with Archer, Dryads. There are generally two ways to defend the bottom play, but it rather depends on what kind of play it's going to be, of course. But number one is you add a second barracks, you build a lot of archers, you're adding just one lore, second panda, and you're playing 60 supply, archer, dryad combination of units with like an early shop. Moon is coming now to cross the map to harass. He still hasn't skilled anything. It might be all first, might be searing arrow. That's quite an interesting play from Moon here.
A player's forces are under attack.
Could be some mind games going on, like maybe he wants to wait if he sees some immolation going, but I guess there's no reason for Colorful to skill that, so both are patient by now, and we do see a second Ancient of War, so it will be heavy Hunters play, at least for some minutes.
Yeah, I completely agree here. So the second AOW positioning says that it's going to be just regular hunts. It's not like placed at the expo, so it's not going to be an early expansion. Colorful, meanwhile, is getting level 2, gets Cloaks of Shadow. To be honest, one of the few worst items for him here, because of course against Potom you might want to have the ring from the first camp and then the strengths or AJI item from the second one, so not best items for Colorful here, but he's halfway tier 2. Third Moonable is getting finished. He's base building really well, so he's able to like stay in the center of his base and defend everything while he's scouting on the Moon plans, who's just pumping hunts so far.
There's some aggression going on, and A Moon might get the first archer here, actually. As it was ensnared, is he?
Oh yeah, but the priest healing and he steals the item but doesn't get the experience. He got the dust. He bought dust though. And because he went through shot hour first, that's archer down level 2 for bottom.
Oh, and he gets another one that is ensnared. Really unlucky for Colorful here.
I think that's rather a mistake because knowing that you're facing bottom and must hunts, you absolutely cannot go and just out and creep the shop. You must pull the shop towards your base, and that's like those two archers is a result of Colorful bringing the archers outside of the base. But the bottom is getting immolated. Bottom is getting immolated, and I think one more hit and it might be dead.
Oh.
But is it?
It's so patient.
Yeah, I think bottom just gets out, and bottom is now full HP. It's super easy and convenient to heal it at your base now.
And I agree with what you said, like, pulling out the creep camp would have helped so much, and it's really necessary. I mean, not wasting time when you creep, I think, is also important, because the longer you wait, the more hunts the opponent gets. But yeah, just pull them out a little, and then it's much easier to retreat if you're under pressure. But yeah, like this, so nice for Moon, and creeps the lab, but we do see a Tinker, which is another way to counter the pushes, and I kinda like Tinker as well. With the factory. I'm not sure if I like Tinker or Panda more, but depends a bit on the map, I guess.
No, that's a good point. So there are generally 4 Night Elf heroes that you could play into hunts. The first one is the critical stage hero, where if you got quite a few, not just 2, but like 4 archer kills, you want to go for a Beastmaster. Then there is Panda, and best if you get the Panda through Drunken Haze, and you play those like position wars. Once hunts are trying to connect to your archers, you haze them. Then there is Keeper, which is Sonic kind of play, and then finally Tinker. I find Tinker personally, I find him to be working best against the expansion Dryads play on the Night Elf mirror, but let's see if Colorful is able to actually defend well with Tinker here.
Against Dryad Expos, it's really amazing. Let's see if he can make it work. Obviously, he can zone out the opponent a bit with the factory, but Moon got his level 3. Now the next important thing before the push is basically who gets the scroll from the Colorful shop, and if it is Moon, it would be huge, I think.
I agree. 1-1 upgrades for Moon are ready. Those upgrades are absolutely a must if you want to push. Hunt goes down, Colorful gets level 3 Demon, and that's Immolation level 2, which actually means that there's going to be a lot of damage for the Moon's hunts. It's going to be really hard to push through, but Moon, what a madman. He's setting up 3 APs towards the Colorful base in the center. And now he's going to be playing those micro wars. And the first glaive thrower started.
This little engagement bought enough time for the APs. They are basically done, and I would be surprised if Colorful can still get the AP out. Maybe at the cost of some archers, but...
Well, the key point is that Colorful is able to get a heal scroll from his own shop that he crafted. And now that's like might be a very big advantage. Moon has 0 scrolls, but has an HP pot for bottom. Bottom is getting focused. Colorful is trying to focus those APs, but is it the right call really? He's getting a lot of damage here.
Yeah, that wasn't perfect, but he seems to be getting his glaive. He now takes the Triad. It was idle in the main base, and glaive thrower will be super nice against these APs. So far I think it's a really solid game by Colorful. I don't see him lose from here, to be honest.
Think so too, Kevin. Colorful has his first glaive thrower out, and it's about the same timing as the Moon's glaive arrived here. He's building second AOW, so he could double Rex those glaive throwers, and now it's just going to be position wars, with an exception of Tinker and Archers being as kind of protective sides on the Colorful sides, and versus APs on the Moons.
But okay, I didn't see the two claves of Moon. I didn't know that they were already there, so that makes it a lot more tricky for Colorful, I think, because there's one Moonwell left. Okay, there's some Wisps that can not repair one clave, I guess, without upgrades, and at the moment these claves connect to Colorful's Moonwells, it will be really, really tricky.
Moon sells a TP and his bottom is now going to be buying Curl of Healing and the Staff. And I think Moon might be just doing it. There are a lot of Wisps, a lot of repairs. Colorful has two more Glaive Throwers queued in production. He doesn't have the second scroll. Oh, he has one. He has the first one still. Awful position for Colorful. Hunts connect and the Moon seems to be pushing.
It's, with these claves that I didn't see earlier, he should be able to do it. They take out Colorful's claves, and then the moment the claves connected, it should be over. Now he snipes the other clave, and Full just runs out of HP.
And the Tinker almost goes down, and that's a game beautifully executed by Moon. I think a little tiny bit of lack of scout for Colorful, and perhaps not like positioning the base or archers well during like those stages of the game, kind of lead it to where we were.
Nobody beats Moon in Night of Mirror on Concealed Hill.
Are you muted? I don't know.
My Discord is effing up.
I think Neo is muted this time.
Discord bugged.
Neo?
Sec.
Oh,
He's on Discord.
Yep, I got a Discord bug every now and then, so I gotta restart.
Agree. Should probably have moved the Engine of War to the middle, maybe get a second one. Or not let the APs get up. That was definitely a mistake, and could have maybe been more aggressive during the production of those APs, but that's how it goes. You make one thing not perfect and lose the game against Moon.
definitely. I also think the nature.
Sorry guys, have to cut these off as I have to restart my Discord. One sec. Little bit of production chaos here. Next map, Echo Isles 2.0. And there we go. And now I have to connect or reconnect with my co-casters, and I think I have. Goddamn Discord, dude. I missed you, but now I'm back. So,
What a comeback.
what a comeback indeed. Sorry, so people couldn't hear what you were discussing. Please repeat.
Oh, I was just also noting that, like, if you're going for the 2 Rex, 1 lore kind of version of defense, especially with Stinker, I think the Nature's Blessing is a must. Not having that upgrade makes your AOW vulnerable, doesn't allow you to, like, fight, because generally you build the second AOW, that one is making glaives, and then you're trying to, like, position war with your Rex there and just try to move it so it actually goes through.
I like to move it.
It feels like if you don't have the additional Engine of War Nature's Blessing, you can't really push the elf back. You can hold on a bit, but you will never be able to really fight him back, which is what you otherwise would do with Tier 3 Bear. So that's basically the replacement there. But yeah, one tiny little mistake, and Moon exploited that and might take the series.
Might. If he can do one more here. Last time, Colorful was able to strike back. Can he do it again? We will see in maybe the last one-on-one game of the day on Echo Isles 2.0. And here we go. Match points for Moon. And it would be a Master versus Apprentice match, as Foggy is the one waiting in the semi-final. Before we go into the intricacies of this night of matchup on this map, thank you Prattich for the 6-month resub, A Heron gifting a sub, Rainy Day Feeling, Jack Mayol, Deathwing, Monkey Bomb, Cephid, Kova, Dawn of War, Nick, Kaiser, Peppy, so many subs. Thank you all. So little time, because we got games to cast, Kevin.
Yeah, we do. And what a game it could be on Echo Isles. This is definitely a map where you really rarely see pure Bear Mir, especially not with Moon on the map. I watched so many games of him on the stream on this map, and he really just loves this instant expansion on Tier 1, and I hope we see it with many, many mercenaries.
Right? This is exactly what's supposed to happen. Both go for the Merc Camp, both go for the expansion, both try to cancel the other's expansion, and then somehow Moon wins. This is usually how Knight of Mirror with Moon involved on this map works.
I saw one of his streams where he had like a dedicated practice session just for this opening, and he like looked at all the timings when he can build his expansion and how far away he should build it to not get it cancelled. So oftentimes what you will see is that Moon gets his expo up, at least somewhere, and gets the cancel on the other side. So let's see if he can pull it off. And I guess expansion plays on tier 1 are definitely what Colorful is used to, so my money is on Moon here.
Alright, that would be a 3-1 and the semi-final for one of the GOATs. No Engine of War denied, but an unlucky Crystal Ball on the Chinese side. Talisman of Evasion is really good.
It's even better than Evasion level 1, and you can easily go Mana Burn Emulation, and now you have Evasion 1.5 basically. So, and perfect creeping either. This Moon pulled the green camp into the mercenary camp, and it's much faster with the creeping, and in fact, Colorful is just playing Davai.
Yeah, what the hell? Is this Sonic playing? We have a lot of Sonic influence actually on this broadcast here today. Demon Hunter.
This is unusual, yeah. Sometimes you see this, maybe he wants to cancel Hunter's Hall or something, but it's just getting a free level 3.
I guess. Wait, Moon is also teching. I thought maybe he wants to go for a Wisp Hunt to delay this expansion of Moon, but it's not a tier 1 expansion anymore. Both players just teching.
Yeah, this is interesting. Maybe he didn't want to expand knowing that Colorful's Demon Hunter is already on the other side of the map. Usually you creep the expo and then you fight for like a staff or boots in the middle. So at some point he knows, okay, Colorful needs to go back. He doesn't have a staff, so the moment he sees the Demon Hunter on the other side of the map, I guess he will put down his expansion.
So far your calls have been pretty good, Kevin, gotta say. Let's see if you're right once again. Skirmishes all over the map, the Engines of War get involved, the Mercs are getting involved, trying to hunt each other down. So far, Moon saving everything, little bit of Moon juice, but should be fine. Why are you laughing?
I believe he's burning this archer down. Like 100 HP with emulation, everyone. Like, he was just chilling there. Like, yeah, it's Moon.
Chilling next to a fire is not recommended, everybody.
And now he gets to level 3. Oh, we get the expo and the Demon Hunter. The moment the Demon Hunter went away.
Damn. As you called it. Pretty much exactly as you called it. Gets the boots as well, gets the staff as he's a little bit faster than Colorful. And Colorful has to do something about this expo.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. Like, of course, such an early Demon Hunter question can work out, but he knew the base layout of Moon, and this is an invitation for wisp juggling between the Moon worlds, so... Oh, he's just a level behind and got nothing done. Yeah. I don't know.
It was risky, and it didn't pay off. Sometimes you can have games like that.
Yeah, I don't know, this was like high risk, low reward, I don't know. I don't really understand it, but... Maybe he just expected something else, and he can still cancel the Hunter's Hall, I guess.
With the Berserker and the Shadow Priest around, probably. And then Moon would be stuck to tier 1 stuff for a long time, as no lores can come up yet. But he decides to go for the hunt instead of the Hunter's Hall.
But on the other side of the map, Moon took out the Engine of War with the help of the Murloc camp, and that could be huge if Moon decides to be aggressive on tier 2 with many mercenaries. Because the expo is basically up, and this is wild. But he cancels the first lore.
Right? Like, we talked about if Moon is getting tired at the end of this series. I feel like Moon's just getting started. He's
Guy had a hot coffee.
Yeah, he had a really hot coffee. This is looking tremendous for Moon.
This is dead power right there.
Oh boy. Naga by Moon, though, into the creeps. And denied.
forces are under attack.
Dude, nothing's going too right for Colorful. He's losing the Naga himself. Ancient, slap! Dude!
blocked.
Oh,
He blocked.
exactly, of course. He wanted the experience.
That's a nice block.
I'd almost say that's a nice game.
Absolutely, and I love the position for Moon. It's like, of course, sometimes you get your loss cancelled, but the thing is, double mercenary camps that are crept with an expo are just as good for the longest part of the game here. You could just spam berserkers, mud golems, and maulers, and probably be fine against bears for a long time. Just creep.
Oh, Moon is trying to intercept maybe with the Naga, but not fast enough without boots. Getting a little distracted with the Wisp there as well. But Colorful is under-leveled, clearly under-leveled. Doesn't have the lores up, doesn't have any solution to the expansion just yet. And is around tier 3, but adept training for bears will take a long time.
I mean, luckily he still had a lot of moon juice, that helps of course, but like, there will be no strong tier 3 timing against Moon's expansion, I guess. Like, I would be really surprised, and
Yeah, maybe with the Zeppelin there would be something, but on Echo Isles, of course, no laboratory. The technology just isn't there yet. And now, big consumable.
okay.
Scroll of the
The
Beast.
best item with a lot of gold, yeah. and
Yeah.
losing the mercenaries, that hurts. That's the backline we had before on Autumn Leaves that did such a good job, but here every unit loss is super painful.
He is 1.7 levels ahead on the Demon Hunter.
And this Naga might just die again. There might be a reach-you, but it's a reach-you for a level 1 Naga without mana. It's not the best deal, and if he doesn't pay attention, he might just die there.
Okay, Riju to the rescue, but Moon is unfolding his Mass Dryad strategy. Stays on tier 2, of course. Gets a shop now in a more or less safe position. And Colorful has to lick a lot of wounds.
He's in the ropes, absolutely, and the player, I mean, bear production is started. He will have 5 bears, that's something, of course, but level 2 and level 1, because he lost the Ancient of War, he couldn't really creep, and we're talking level 4 and level 2. Moon.
Exactly. And Colorful is not even building the next Moonwell, so 50 food bears will also be a little bit delayed. Inventory for Moon is looking grand. Attack upgrade is in as well. Plus Dispel against the Riju. Like, Colorful needs half a miracle.
And also, usually you want at least like one triad to have some slow, but like, this is what Moon wants, he will just out-micro you.
That's exactly what I said. In a perfect world, bears should never be able to attack dryads, and Moon was clearly listening. Fighting now next to the Moonwells as he foresaw that the fight would happening here. And this almost 20 food advantage and the level advantage. Yeah, Colorful.
And the saddest AP attempt in the top.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
the long time.
This is probably the end for Colorful in this tournament. Sold the claw for the potion, keeps the Demon Hunter alive. Counter focus, so much control, no staff ready, no TP. The end of the DH and the end for Colorful. Moon in the quarterfinal and semi-final tomorrow.
It was a one-sided map. Most one-sided map probably of the day. Damn, beautiful games and deserved win by Moon, I guess.
Definitely. Just wanted to add the really beautiful execution, the expo placement, and Colorful maybe just didn't have his game today. You know, sometimes we have our days that when you get the crystal ball after something, then you come, you don't achieve the goals, you don't kill what you're supposed to kill, and just, you know, everything goes down the hill eventually. So, but well played by Moon. Really enjoyed the games. Unfortunately, it didn't go the full distance it could have, but yeah.
So guys, we have to talk about the elephant in the room. 3 out of 4 players in the semifinals are Night Elf. How can you explain that?
The Humba took down Happy. Otherwise, this would have been all
Oh my god, it would be the most
lot different.
Yeah, it would be the most boring finals then. But yeah, we're gonna have a new champion for the first time in, I don't know, a year and a half, probably since season 9. Happy is not gonna be the champion of War3Champions, but either Foggy, Moon, Kaho, or Sok. Will a human player be able to win a tournament tomorrow?
Really looking forward to it. I mean, it would be amazing for Sok to do it, but I mean, Kao is a beast, but I mean, he took out Happy. Anyone deserves it, it's him, and he certainly can do it. It's not like, yes, he's only good against Undead or anything. So, got some tricks with mind control, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
I actually agree here with Kevin because Sok definitely deserves it. Like, he worked so hard. I still remember him playing like a lot of ladder games and like struggling and stuff. And then he figured out and he like leveled up from being like really good player to being probably tier 1 top like human players, one of the few that the human race has. And now I think that like his grid is looking rather hard, Happy than like Kaho and everybody. But I think, you know, he might give him a shot. Let's see.
Would be kind of sad if Todd is not around to witness a human win, but he'll probably be able to watch the VOD. This was not the end of the day for you guys at home, because we have a banger of an FFA final coming up with Lilu, with Arenicus, with Bobby OG, and someone who won the last chance qualifier this afternoon, which I couldn't follow, so I don't know yet. That will probably be coming up in like half an hour, but it is unfortunately time to say goodbye to Kevin and RazerMoon. What a pleasure that was, boys. Thank you so much for your time and expertise.
Well, thank you so much, Neo, for inviting us here, first of all, for having me in, and appreciate it. Was also very happy to cast the games, what games those were, right? And hope to see you again sometime.
Yeah, thank you.
Much love.
So, last round of shoutouts. Kevin goes first.
Just thank you for the invitation. It was a pleasure to cast. I don't do it too often, but it's always pretty fun. And today we were blessed with amazing series, so that was amazing. And thanks for everything that you do and for everyone that's tuning in, supporting the prize pool. I mean, it's a crowdfunded tournament, and yeah, that helps a lot, and it's worth it. I mean, look at these games. So yeah, thank you, and enjoy the last day.
RazerMoon, any shout-outs or call-outs?
Well, I mean, shout out to
call-outs as well. Okay.
that knows me, and thanks for having me on a day where Moon played. It's like my one of my very favorite players, and sure, and much love to everybody chat as well.
Boys, take care. See you soon. At the very latest at Raraland, but hopefully a lot earlier. Bye-bye.
Absolutely. Good one. Bye-bye.
That has been grand with the boys. Oh, what a cool weekend. Yesterday we had Qbert, Scars, and Leon. Now we got Kevin and RazerMoon. I'm so thankful that people step up and reach out when Remo and Carson were both not in town and Qbert was able or wasn't able to cast today and tomorrow. Really thankful. Really thankful that people got my back. When it comes to casting, crowdfunding, real big shout out to Grinchy and Wantu, who did the organizing for today, because if you do casting and stream production and orga as well, that's a little rough for just one person. So big shout out to these guys. Big shout out to you out there for boosting the prize pool up to 3,054. I think I forgot to shout out a couple of people. Varian Vrin, $20. John Doe, $5. Kratos, $5. And of course, the big contributions earlier the day. Skimmy with the 50, Wantu with the 5, Budcrumbs with 69.69. Nice. Brickball, $70. Nicholas with 11 euros. Like, really cool day. Tomorrow's the grand final for the 1-on-1. Tomorrow's the grand final for the 2-on-2, where we got 2 Phantom Aces with Kraft and Starbuck versus Pato and Scars. Unfortunately, hurts my heart a little bit that my boy Leon didn't go through, but absolute banger game. So shout out to everyone who showed up to the games. So far, all the players did show up, which is sometimes kind of rare, let's be honest. So really happy with that. And I'll be joined by my FFA gang because I goddamn miss FFA. And that grand final is going to be quite something. If you saw the first the first semifinal that we had last week, we're in for a treat, everybody. Lots of subs coming in as well. I can't possibly shout you out, but who I can shout out is the team of War3Champions, who are working day in, day out to provide us with what we deserve. And that is a grand platform to play the greatest game of all time on. And that is what is War3Champions. All you got to do to play on the greatest platform is to download a little add-on for free. It will be part of your War3 menu, as you can see here. You click on that button, you get a beautiful UI that looks like good old Battle.net. All leagues for all skill ranges, whether it's Grandmaster down to the Grass League and all sorts of game modes, 1-on-1, 2-on-2, etc. Automated tournaments are working and will be regularly implemented soon. These guys can definitely use your support, and you can do that with money, of course. Here's the Patreon, here's the PayPal, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Alipay, WeChat. If money is a little tight or you spend all your hard-earned money already on the crowdfunding, do you know how important it is to just give some praise and some nice words and some good posy vibes to the people? You might underestimate this because as a content creator or a creator for a project like this, you get a lot of criticism when something's not working, but you get nothing when everything is working. So silence is oftentimes the big praise. But if you go to the Discord or if you're on Twitter, shoot these guys a message, man. They deserve it. How much downtime is there in War3Champions? Pretty much nothing. And that is incredible for a community-funded project when you see at other games how often the servers are down or on maintenance mode or whatever. So I appreciate every single one that is involved in this. I'm very excited to get my hands on the updates on the new launcher. Flow TV implemented, hotkey, inventory hotkeys implemented. And the one guy that I have to shout out this season specifically is Kovacs. Like the amount of work Kovacs is putting in. I could do a 2-hour stream and just praise him, but take it that. I have to restart the stream. And oh wow, the Decider FFA is still going on. That is sick. I have to restart the stream anyway. So we're gonna see each other in around 30 minutes so I can get something to eat. You guys can throw all the praise in the world to the War3Champions team. We get hyped for tomorrow. And of course, the first grand final of season 15. Don't go too far. You can enjoy some other streams in between. Follow Kevin on Twitter. Follow RazerMoon on Twitter. Follow Leon. Follow Scars. Follow Cubit on Twitter. Here on Twitch, I mean. But then in half an hour, you gotta be back for the big FFA grand final. I want to see you all there, and I'm pretty sure you will. Thank you, everybody. See you in a